If your mother has a different last name than your father's, then that means that your mother and father were never married on paper or common law married. And so that means you have two families' names to track. And it's going to be, a rough road for a lot of black people. They've done things for trend purposes, little stuff of family trees and for family reunions and all that good stuff. But they try to stick to the good parts and stay away from the ugliness. Well, if you're talking about reparations, if you're talking about really, really repairing the damage in the black community, we've got to deal with the ugly parts too. And so we're going to, since everybody else, civil rights people, the different reparations groups and black organizations are already working feverishly on the positive, good parts of this experience in America. We felt like somebody has to deal with the down and dirty, gritty, ugly part of where we came from, who we were sold to, how many times we were sold, following the trail of those last names, and how you got the last name that you ended up with today. How does a young black male, 13 years old, in the DFAC system get the same last name as the founder and CEO of a company, a computer company, how does this happen? How did this white man that has all of this stuff, this empire that he's built, how did his last name end up being the same as this black child being traded through the DFAC system that doesn't have a dime to his name? We got to deal with that. We got to find that out. And unfortunately, when you find, when you track this stuff, you will find that many whites claim that their families never owned slavery. They are self-made people, and they got their wealth by building and working hard. But what they don't realize is that their last name had a lot to do with whether a bank, if you walk into a bank and your last name is Bush, your application is treated differently than a person walking into a bank whose last name is Jones. So, there's that automatic wonder. I wonder if they're related to the Bushes. Now if you're black and you walk into the bank and your last name is Bush, there's still that eyebrow raising. I wonder if they're related any way to the Bushes. It's a different tone and a raised eyebrow, but that twinge of question still is there. So, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be heated. It's going to be hot, but it has to be done, and we have to deal with this. We have a whole millennium. I tell people we just ended the 201 generation of black people born under white domination. And so a lot of those last names are historical keys to not only how you got in this situation of being under domination, but the journey that you travel to get to the severe dysfunction and domination that you are under today. And so if you got all these organizations saying that they want to get black people free. You got all these freedom fighters and revolutionary people and, all these people saying they want to get black folks unified and doing better and having better lives and out from under white domination. Well, you're going to have to address how they got under white domination if you have any kind of hope or plan to get them out from under it. And remember, every day you have people who are being paid by whites to promote white domination as a good thing. I mean, you now are being able to see live and in living color the Negro president that all the civil rights people had waited for, promoting white supremacy and white domination as a good thing, as the best thing since sliced bread. So definitely going to be interesting to see what all comes from this series, and we're going to be doing the series all week. So those of you that have questions, like I say, you're welcome to email us or visit the website and contact us. Those of you that have comments, we know they won't all be pretty, but you can always go to the message board and send a message with your comment or your question. Tomorrow we're going to delve into it, and we're going to start going through the steps of finding out exactly what to do first and in order to start tracking this last name situation. And so start taking note today of your last names in your family, and tomorrow we're going to tell you what to do with those last names and how to start looking for that documentation. We're going to hit you with poems that are they're from our heart collection, so they're not going to be anything nice. But we thank you so much for joining us, and until then, we say all power to the people.